journey. The journey I traveled becomes longer and longer. And my home is farther and farther away. In each stage, I have something impressive and inspiring. I'd like to share them with you today. I was born in Chengdu, southwest China. When I was a child, I like animals. Especially, I like watching a cartoon. There was an adorable pink pig. It's like this. The pig has big eyes, cute tail, and a beautiful bow and her ear. I have liked it so much, and the pig is on my cup, on my gloves, and on my clothes. I even had a real pig. On New Year's Day, one of my relatives came to our home and gave us a present. It's one little pink pig, but it's for food, for eating, not for petting. My father couldn't kill the pig at our home, so we decided to raise it. But how? We didn't have a garden or a big cage. Finally, my father decided to put it in our small restroom. Imagine every time you went into the restroom, there was a pig. Yeah, looking at you, and you'll never know whether it will hit you. At that time, I was a little girl. It was scary. And I didn't remember how long I suffered from that, until one day the pig disappeared. My father sent the pig to the village because it was so boring and destroyed our toilet. I was relieved. I said I like pig very much, but when it came to my real life, I'm scared. The first lesson I learned is that sometimes people seem to like something, but actually they don't like the real thing, or they don't really like it. If you really like something, you need to first learn about it and accept it finally. Let's come back to my journey. I was in a junior high school and I lived with my parents. My house was in the junior high school. Weird, because my father was a teacher there. And every morning, I ate the breakfast made by my mom and walked to class just in 5 minutes. That was very cool. But when I was in high school, it was 3 hours driving. And I only go back home during holidays. And one night, it was around 2 a.m. I was sleeping in my apartment, and I heard a loud noise. Wake up, evacuate. Fire, but there was no smoke. I ran out of the apartment building before having any clue. Several hundred students were evacuated to the playground in the school. Policemen came and told us. Someone called and said there was a bomb. That was terrible. We were very nervous and stood on the playground very cold. 1 hour later, the policeman told us again, no bomb, no danger, go back to the apartment. That was only a fake report and a false alarm. But we couldn't take a risk, just in case. Next day, my roommate and I went to the class. A boy not living in school didn't know what happened that night. But he was nervous. He talked over and over about an exam later on that day. My roommate and I looked at each other and smiled. At that moment, we know life is way more important than exam. Another lesson I learned is that sometimes only when danger comes to people, you'll notice how important the life is. Only when illness bothers you, you'll recognize the health is significant. So cherish your life and take care of yourself. My journey continued. I went to Zhejiang University, 1,600 miles away from my home to study chemical engineering. It was 3 hours flight, and I had a great 4-year life there. Then I came to United States in Illinois. It was opposite to China on the earth, even farther than before. I plan to get my PhD degree here in 5 years, but life is full of surprise. My advisor moved to Boston, and I had to move with him after I get my master's degree in this December. That means I can have an exciting journey in Boston, but that also means I'll have a long-distance relationship with Eugene. The last lesson I learned and share today is that life is not always the same as you plan. The only thing you can change is your attitude. Accept the fact and be positive. Life is a journey. Enjoy yours. Thank you.